Hi there, my name is Tina Spalding and I am a trance channel. Hello regulars. Today the issue of the Middle East is on my mind. I try not to spend too much time watching it because it makes me feel bad, and I try not to do things that make me feel bad. I know that keeping my frequency high is important. But it is confusing, and I would like to ask Jesus to speak to this subject today, because I think he's going to bring a different perspective to it, and something that perhaps will help us understand what's going on, not only in our own reactions to it, but in what has created this horrible situation. So I will take a few breaths and allow him to come through and tell us his point of view on this. I am returned to continue the teaching. Your world is on a precipice. It is teetering on the edge of what we would consider massive transformation. That is why we are here. That is why you have seen a tremendous increase in communications from non-physical. When you go onto your computers, you understand that there are many highly evolved consciousnesses speaking through ordinary humans. Well, this is as it should be. The frequency that these humans hold is high enough for us to come through, for us to descend a little bit into your frequency. But your frequency is very low, and we want to point this out to you here and now, and that is what you are seeing in these terrible manifestations of human suffering on your television screens and on your computer outlets. The world reflects you. The world reflects your society's values. The world reflects that which you think about. The world reflects frequency. And we want you to understand that the world in which you live, now we are speaking to the sophisticated and well-heeled Westerners here. Yes, it is this society that is creating a great deal of the lack in other parts of the world. You are indoctrinated into the capitalist system of perception, we will say. It is a form of perception. That is all it is. It is not a reality in that sense. It is a set of beliefs that allow you to behave in a particular way for particular ends, as every single cultural manifestation, religious manifestation is. It is a set of beliefs that allow you or encourage you to behave in a certain form to achieve a certain goal. And you are deeply indoctrinated into this system. But this system is destroying the world. This capitalist system, where there are no spiritual principles applied to the dissemination of finances, there are no spiritual principles applied to the practices of money making, there are no spiritual principles applied to your governments. There is a need now for you to begin to insist on spiritual principles being applied throughout your system. This is what happens in a system that is purely materialistic. This is what happens in a system that is purely capitalistic and individualistic. That is what America, North America, has been. And North America has capitalized the entire world through this particular belief structure. And it has consequences. When you take natural resources relentlessly from one place, you will drain it. It is very simple science. It is not spiritual in that sense at all. If you take and take and take and take, you leave emptiness. If you do not give, if you do not love, if you do not forgive, if you attack, you will destroy something. And that is all you are seeing here. You are seeing the physical, mental, and emotional consequences of taking and destroying and attacking and self-serving behavior. But we want you to know that your part in it as an individual is also a powerful part. because you have allowed yourselves to become domesticated. You have allowed yourselves to rest in comfort without any feeling or caring for your brothers and sisters around the world. As long as your bank account is full, as long as your fridge is full, as long as your Wi-Fi is hooked up and your cable is hooked up, you are immersed in unconsciousness. And this is where we are going to tell you some difficult truths. It is your unconsciousness, it is your willingness to be fed and clothed and housed in comfort that is allowing this to happen. Now, there are many of you in the North American, the global community, the Western community, will say, that are struggling, that are poor people, working class people who do not have a lot of money. But you do have influence. You do have creative power at your fingertips. But you must understand that you have been turned into a domesticated beast that is fed several times a day, that is ushered in and out of systems that are unnatural, that is ushered out of levels of consciousness that are demeaning. If you knew your true nature, you would be horrified at the frequency that you are holding. And so here we are calling upon you now to begin to act in the world in which you have influence, and that is your internal world. Because it is in your internal world that the domestication has taken place, that the seeds of fear have been planted, that the instruments of control have been implemented, and that you have become lost in a system of mechanized thought, fearful ideas, and small thinking. We want you now to begin to think more clearly. We want you now to understand that your television is an instrument of hypnosis, and that it is up to you to begin to turn it off more and more frequently. Do not underestimate the influence that this box has on your psyche. Do not underestimate the influence that the messages that are coming through it are affecting you. They are affecting you tremendously. You will not have freedom of thought until you choose on a minute-by-minute basis what you are putting into your mind, what you are valuing, and what you are acting upon. This is your part in the transformation of this disaster that is your world at this time. So there are many facets to this catastrophe. There is the education that you have been through, that you are a single being with one vote, and that you have no influence spiritually, psychologically on the world. That is not true. You do. You have a tremendous effect on this world by what you pray about, by what you focus your mind on, by the fears you remove from your mind. These are the places that you have tremendous influence. You also have tremendous influence in your failing democracy. Yes, it is failing. It is not really a democracy anymore. But if every one of you that is listening to this, if every one of you that is watching those horrific pictures on your television and computer screens, if every one of you phoned and wrote to your member of parliament and your prime minister and your presidents and said, this is unacceptable in a civilized world, you would see a change of policy. You would see a change of behavior, and you would influence it. So do not tell yourself the story that you cannot do it. If you are watching this video right now, we want you to sit down and we want you to write an email, make a phone call, call somebody, do something to express your distaste at what is going on in the world. It is your responsibility to speak for those who have no voice, to speak for those who have no influence in that physical sense. They are homeless, they are jobless, they have no money, they have no computer, they have no phone, they are at your mercy. Stand up for your brothers and sisters, speak out, and exercise that influence that you have. This is what we are asking you today. We are asking you to act, do one small thing for those hungry and starving and terrified people. They are your brothers and sisters. Do not doubt it. This could be you. Your governments can change, your economies can change, the political system in your world can change, and you too one day may be a refugee. Do not dismiss this as an impossibility. Political systems are unstable and they can change at the drop of a hat. So imagine yourself in that situation. It could happen. Now you will say, this does not sound like Jesus speaking. This sounds like a political activist speaking. Well, yes, that is what I have always been. I have always been a ruffler of feathers and somebody who will tip up the apple cart to see where the apples fall. And I am no different now. I have come here to encourage you. I have come here to empower you. And I have come here to tell you that freedom is a possibility. But you must make your mind free first. You must understand what has been done to you, and you must begin to take back the reins of your own action, your own words, your own value system. You must decide, yes, this is worth speaking out about, this is worth acting upon, and I'm going to do it regardless of this tremendous inertia that I have been trained into. We are here to assist you, dear ones, on your journey into this evolving planet. Yes, it is changing. You are seeing many, many things happening, and you will see more and more things happening that are going to frighten you, that are going to make you see that the system is broken. But we are here to let you know that you have power, you have influence, and you have the ability to raise your frequency into the realm of love, and that will change everything. That will manifest a different world. That will manifest different behavior. It will manifest different words and actions coming out of your mouth, and that will change the world. Do not dismiss this message, but when it goes, please phone somebody, write an email, text someone, do something to support those brothers and sisters of yours that need your help desperately at this time. We love you. We are here to shift your consciousness, and it is long overdue, and we are hoping that this message will touch a place in your heart and open up that rusted shut heart to the plight of your fellow humans. We will speak to you again another time. Okay. Nothing to say. Have a good day. Bye.